Pro-Thaksin parties have won every election since 2001, but the past 15 years have seen crippling street protests that destabilized the government and hamstrung business. Pro-Thaksin's party campaigned on maintaining order and upholding traditional values of loyalty and devotion to the monarch. Outcome may take weeks. The anti-Thaksin yellow shirts, mostly middle-class and urban royalists who accuse his parties of corruption, have repeatedly taken to the streets, prompting the military to launch 2 coups in a decade. Thaksin's supporters, known as the Red Shirts, also occupied much of Bangkok's main business and shopping districts for months in 2010 after a court dissolved a pro-Thaksin government, again paralyzing commerce until a crackdown that left at least 90 people dead and saw landmark buildings burned. While the election results are due to be announced within a few hours of polls closing at 5 p.m., 10 o'clock GMT, the makeup of the next government may not be clear for weeks, since no one party is likely to have enough seats for an outright win. The country's king made an unexpected and cryptic statement hours before the vote, recalling a comment made by his late father in 1969 on the need to put good people in power and to prevent bad people from creating chaos. Although he did not refer to any of the sides in the race, there was speculation on social media that it was a coded reference to the country's political factions, broadly the middle class and urban establishment, who identify with the monarchy and the military, and their pro-Thaksin opponents. Deck stacked for military. The junta-written electoral rules ensure the military will continue to have a say in the next government, even if Pro-Thaksin does not stay on as prime minister. The provision means Pro-Thaksin's Palan Pracharat party and allies have to win only 126 seats in the House, while Pheu-Thai and its potential Democratic Front partners would need 376. Among the potential Pheu-Thai allies is the new Future Forward Party, led by 40-year-old billionaire Thanathorn Juangroongruangkit, whose criticism of the junta has been scathing and faces charges under the Computer Crimes Act for a critical Facebook speech. Prosecutors have said they will decide whether to put him on trial days after the election. 2 officially non-aligned parties could be decisive in whether pro-military or Democratic Front factions make up the next government. Former Prime Minister Abhisit Vejjajiva, leader of the anti-Thaksin Democrats, has portrayed himself as a third way between the dictatorship of keeping Pro-Thaksin and a return to the corruption on Thaksinism, but he would likely have to side with one or the other to form a government. The Bumjathai party of Anutin Charnvirakul placed third in the last election of 2011 and has grabbed attention for populist campaign promises such as legalization of recreational marijuana and a 4-day work week. It's unclear which side he would choose. Regardless of the makeup of the government, the election result is likely to yield a shaky coalition that will do little to soothe Thailand's deep political divides and may not be able to accomplish much, said Paul Chambers, lecturer in political science at Naresuan University in northern Thailand. There could be a stable government coming out of it in the short term, he said. But that kind of coalition is not going to last that long.